Morning, Mom.
Good morning, Kim.
How are you on this last day of filming?
Still terrific every day of my life.
So this is our part 2 of what makes you terrific every day of your life.
Yes.
So why don't you start us off?
Well, when I was diagnosed at age 48, there were 3 things that I still wanted to be able to do and attend. That would be yours and Tina's college graduations, walk down the aisle at your weddings, and my grandkids.
And not only did you get to be there for the birth of your grandkids, all 4 of them,
Yes.
but your oldest grandchild is going to be 23 this year, and your youngest grandchild is going to be a teenager this year. So you have a lot of memories above and beyond what you had anticipated and wished
Beautiful
for.
memories.
Yes. And addition to all the scrapbooks you keep, you have a very special one right here. And this scrapbook has what in it?
This is my Christmas album. I started it when I got engaged to Al in 67. And then I just carried it on for the next 50 years.
Yeah, so all these pages are a year in your life with Christmas cards.
Yes.
All the way up until last Christmas.
That's right.
So that is a great thing to look back on and to see everybody grow in the course of your lifetime.
For you.
Yes, and to leave for us. Thank you. We have that. So by the time you first became a grandmother, you were already walking with a cane and a walker. We have a photo of you at the birth of Blake, standing with my doctor, who not only delivered Blake, but he was also your doctor, and he delivered me.
Yes.
So Dr. Triger, I think he actually retired that next year after Blake was born. So that was kind of an interesting story. But you were standing and you were there at the birth of Blake, and then 2 years later, when Ryan was born and you came to visit me, you were in a wheelchair.
Yes.
So sometime during 97 and 99, kind of made that transition into a wheelchair. So really the grandkids have really only known you in a wheelchair from their earliest memories.
That's true.
So, but it was never sad or different for them because that was you. That was their Mimi. That's just how they identified who you are. Yeah. Mimi's in a wheelchair.
It was really great that you lived so close because you would drop the boys off, they'd come in, and Blake had memorized all the streets on the way down, and all the license plates as well. And
he tried to find B's and 3's inside all the license plates. He was about to be 3, so he was fascinated with that. Yeah, so he was so proud to tell you.
When they get in, they'd want to run back outside to the treehouse that Papa had built for them.
That's right.
He said that he had a playhouse for his daughters, but he needed a treehouse for his grandsons.
Yep.
So they had a good time in there. He did a lot of pictures on the walls. He would draw them with the boys bringing pictures in. Like, could you draw this, Papa? And they would just bring him pictures, and he'd put all these things that he could draw very well onto the walls.
Yeah, and we'd take pictures of them and bring them down and show you because you couldn't get up to the
That's
treehouse to
right.
see them. You never got to go up there.
I did go once, but that was it.
Oh, really? All the way up?
Yeah, but it's a long time.
Oh.
I mean, I hung on tight.
Yeah, just peeked in.
Yeah, the steps are so tiny.
Yeah. It was great because you were always home. You guys didn't really travel anymore. You didn't go out with friends. You had friends came to you. Maybe if you're at a doctor's appointment, I think we came over one time and they were shocked the car wasn't in the driveway.
Oh my gosh,
and you had a doctor's appointment and they just never knew you not to be there. And,
That's right.
And it's funny because that's actually how you got your name, Mimi, is we would come so often that Blake just knew our house and pretty much your house. So whenever we went anywhere, he thought we were going there. And I did a monthly girls' dinner at Mimi's Cafe. And I grabbed my purse and said, bye, I'm going to Mimi's. And he just always thought I was going to your house. So he started calling you Mimi.
And Papa was easy.
Yeah, and Papa just, So you were Mimi and Papa. And and then when Tina had kids, they just called you that because that's what you were called. And by then you were definitely in your wheelchair.
Yes.
We have a cute picture of Ainsley and you strolling together. We'd sometimes go places. We actually, we have this album of Newport. So our family had a timeshare in Newport, and we got it specifically so that we could take you for a week out of the heat and go to Newport. And Tina and Brad and their kids lived in Orange County already, so they could join us in Newport, and we could all have a great family vacation. So I think we did that like 4, 5 times.
At least 3.
Yeah, at least 3. And then I know I've done it with you. We did it last year, just the 2 of us. But
there was 4.
Yeah, so that we have a lot of great fun memories of all of our family there together. And you were in a wheelchair, and you were hesitant at first because you didn't know how you would stay a week, but they had wheelchair accessible rooms, and we would get those, and you and Dad were very comfortable. And it was great because they had on-site activities for you to do with the grandkids.
Yes.
So you did beaded bracelets,
decorated wine glasses.
Oh, you and I decorated a wine glass. Yeah, we crocheted. We learned to crochet a scarf, and so yeah. I mean,
still down there.
I don't think we ever wore it. But Newport was a really great time for us and for you to have with the grandkids. It was a nice way to spend it all together. And then the other thing that we did all together when Blake and Ryan were young is Disneyland, and took you in your wheelchair. We got to go to the front of the line because you were handicapped.
Yes,
so,
the wheelchair goes first.
Yep. So we didn't have to wait in line, which was nice.
Yes.
I remember you being on It's a Small World, going on that ride, and you thought you'd never go back to Disneyland again, but there we all were, and it was a great memory.
It's a lot of fun.
It was. So tell us something special, fun memory, or something with each of your grandchildren.
Well, Blake being my very first grandchild, there was a lot of firsts with this. And so he was just so darling. He used to ask us to come to his school meetings and grandparent days, and I was just so proud, and he was proud. Some of the soccer fields, which I didn't ever feel like I was really should go because I was so big in the wheelchair and felt like I didn't belong sometimes, but it was good. It was all fun and games.
And I know Dad used to go to the first one, scope it out for you. This is where I'll park. This is where she can come in. There's a step here. There's a curb here. You map it all out. And once he got the lay of the land, then the rest of the season, you'd come to all the games.
Yes.
You know, so I know it meant a lot to my kids to have you guys there. And everyone, they always had the biggest fan club, so everyone expected to see you. And so despite your wheelchair, you did tread some unfortunate ground.
No, it was all worth it.
Bumpy fields, but it was great. And it was always easy for them to find you in the sidelines or in the stands. You kind of stood out. So
yes, I did in a wheelchair. I would. I do recall Ryan coming over to the house, and he would sit down on the steps in the living room, and my friend Shirley had just come over for a couple of hours, and so here is Ryan sitting there at 3 years old reading a book, and we just looked at him like, wow, he's really reading this whole book. Amazing. So that was my big memory with Ryan, because it was just so special. And then he was asked to do some commercial work, and so this was his acting career, and here he is 6 years old now, and he's reading scripts instead of just little books.
Yeah.
And he's just done so well with that. I made him a big scrapbook from all the things he had done, and I do enjoy looking at them. I did tape them for TV, so.
And our sweet little girl Ainsley, your only granddaughter.
Yes, our little precious, sweet, darling Ainsley, who loved our playhouse. So Papa built her a playhouse too. I do remember on her 3rd birthday, Cinderella just popped over from Disneyland because they live so close and read stories to the kids. It was just magnificent.
Yeah, and they all played in the playhouse.
Yes.
And she was big on princesses. Yeah, she was definitely the princess of the family.
She had an outfit for everything.
She did.
And later on, she did draw a lot of pictures. She always came over with a picture. It was a magnificent picture.
Artist, yeah.
Yeah, just really the front of our old house she had done, and just a lot of decorative things. She made some stationery. It was just very, very good.
Yeah, she's gifted in that for
Yes.
sure.
She picked it up either from Papa or her mom.
And your youngest grandson, Jack.
Jack is very active. He would come over and he would just have so much energy. He could run from one end of our house to the other end. It was a long house, but he was so cute.
Non-stop though.
Right.
Yeah.
And as he got a little older and started changing, especially right now, his voice changed. And he's gone from braces to just really being a handsome little young man now.
And you had a special day with him. Being the youngest, you don't hardly ever get to spend time
Right.
just with him. But we wanted Papa to be able to go to Disneyland with Ainsley too, especially because of all the princesses. And you were not really up for a trip to Disneyland, and Jack was a little too young. He was only 2, so you and Tina stayed home and had
Day with Jack.
Had a day with Jack, yeah. So
Very good.
And Papa took the other 3 grandkids and myself, and we all had a day. But yeah, but even staying home can be special too.
Oh, it was great. I'm very proud of my grandchildren, the young men and the beautiful young lady that they have become. They've got their little futures ahead of them, and they're wonderful.
They are, and I do have to say that we've talked about this before, about just what a great example you and Dad have been to them, and it's been nice that they could see Dad care for you so unconditionally and stay by your side and just have that value of family and love and taking care of your own. So I do believe that they have that because of him, and watching them be able to take care of you, whether it's lifting you in and out of the car, or Ainsley coming over with wipes and Q-tips to clean your wheelchair, and Jack helping you and getting you anything you might need. I do think that they have learned that by watching, and it's a really valuable lesson for children to learn, and I think it's very rare that kids can learn it firsthand that early on. So I'm grateful that despite a difficult circumstance,
It helps to breathe.
yeah, that despite a difficult circumstance, that such a great blessing could come from it. So thank you. All right, I guess this concludes our MS at 80. Thank you for joining us. I hope it has
Help somebody.
helped somebody out there, and definitely has created a legacy for us to pass on to future generations, so they can always know Mom.
So,
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Honey, you know I'm terrific every single day of my life.